that. You guys should see it now. It is Dins versus Hikes. 1-on-1, no seconds left on the clock. First round going to PulseCore as we just fix ourselves right. So I apologize for that. This is brilliant. This is how we start off. This is going to give us a, I don't know. I think it's hopefully not reminiscent of what's about to come.
Alright, so first round on the board for PulseCore. It is quite interesting. It did came down to a 1-on-1, so it's a nitty-gritty situation. We do have Nino being tagged up. No player so far heading towards A. With the bomb over at B together with his SMG buddy. And it's not the standard thing you see from teams. You do usually have like an SMG pushing towards his A house. We do have Granted with 3 players on A. As Martin will open up onto Wizard. Scope down. And that's a great work with his AK.
Very important frag to take out Wizard. I mean, we always talk about how important it is to take out the scope on Crossfire. Doing just that, I think Granted already on the back foot.
Yeah. Little tickle from the bomb meanwhile. As Nino being tagged up once again. He did rotate towards A, so he's going to try and cause some havoc over here. Perhaps do some wallbangs, trying to bait out some players. Wallbangs are coming in as the bomb is going to come down by negative. And Granted are not resisting this bomb. Niels K shuts down Relax. Blues onto Nino. Nino did shut down Niels K, but it is a 3-on-3. The bomb has been planted. Blues now. It is Blue K heading towards there. Vado being dropped by negative. 2-on-3. Granted are not in a good position as Dins will try and push down Martin, but Martin and negative will close that around 2-0.
Wow, PulseCore really playing quite strong in the beginning. I mean, Granted, 4 of the players only got 1 frag. I mean, I guess it's only 2 rounds in, so it doesn't mean too much just yet, but it doesn't seem like it's a very good start here for the Granted side. Gonna take it away with Nino as he rushes towards that A site. Nice, quick rush. Last round we saw 3 Granted players in that A site, so hopefully Nino will be able to do something here. No, actually shut down. Veta taking the slower route to be able to pick off Nino as he goes back A. 20 seconds into the round, we have 2 players down for each side. Too much. Relax has actually got into the cafe area. Good positioning from him. His teammates now just need to follow up, see if they can maybe get their bomb towards the site. Try go for a plant. Veto takes out negative. Looks like that A side of the map is being pressured quite heavily by the Granted side, forcing PulseCore to try and make a move. Unfortunately, their last 2 players are quite far apart, and Relax doesn't have the best of positions to be able to cover his teammate if he wants to go in for the plant. Martin trying to pick away some shots here on the bomb side, faking the bomb, trying to draw out any remaining nades that Granted might have. As welcome back, as we are hopefully have ridded ourselves of our issues. We think we know what the problem is, so we've isolated it, and we'll report back with any further issues we might have. So we do now have PulseCore 2-man left. They actually have a 2-round advantage, so Granted found themselves a round while we were away. Martin, your last man standing, and he gets shut down by Wizard. 3-2 is the scoreline, as Granted 4 men left standing at the end of that round.
Yeah, still, I mean, we do see Granted coming back from that 2-0 deficit. I mean, although still, PulseCore are with a round up. We do need to switch from the scenes, and we have already. Sorry, I apologize. As we do continue with the 6th round, it is a 3-on-3 already. And we've got Niels K setting into BLE. High-X getting himself a 2nd frag of the round onto Vado. He's got himself the A-house now. And this is looking promising for PulseCore. I mean, Granted, I'm going to have a tough time to defend the B bomb side with Niels K actually pushing down the Mel and shutting down Martin. He did spot High-X on top A. Gonna look to peek him. Go behind the bin. High-X does get tagged up by Niels K's AK. Niels K being forced back. High-X will pick him off. 1-on-2 for Wizard. And he's over at back A garden. Gonna deagle down High-X. 1-on-1 now. Gonna check out his nade if that will land. And it might be. Scope on scope now. Negative will get the bomb down, but wow. Just.
You're watching that nade come towards you, and you're just like, no, I got this, man.
Bombs away. As Wizard's gonna check out his smoke. He will get dropped by negative, and negative playing incredibly well.
Balls of steel to watch a nade come directly at you and be like, nah, it's not gonna kill me. I mean, it's risky, but it worked out for him. Let's take it away here, though. We didn't see. He's actually, I mean, 8 fragging after just 6 rounds, quite good. You see lots of smokes in that street. You know, getting a nice opening nade onto Blau. good push onto that B site. Scope's actually going across Azor. Looks like he wants to try and pick off some of the players from Granted that sit towards the A area. Unable to find his counterpart, which is Wizard. Wizard seems like he's not too keen to try and find Negative just yet. Rather decides to go for a couple of picks. Nino with the second kill of the round. As Nielsk and Dins reply with frags of their own. See Martin's going to fake onto the bomb site. Again, trying to draw nades as much as they can. This map is very nadeable, or this bomb site is very nadeable from every side of the map. And there we go, rightly so, able to draw out one nade. Probably see him faking onto the bomb site any second again. He's peeking very slowly. He's got to be cautious that any scope watching that area will be able to pick him off as he peeks like that. Wizard ringing off a shot. Negative drops down. Now peeking into mid. Martin, your last man standing. Middle of the street against 3 Granted players with bomb in hand. Is literally the last place I would want to be right now. I thought cycling in the rain this morning was tough, but no, that's not a nice position to be in.
I mean, PulseCore do play, you know, with balls of steel. As I'm gonna pick it up with Dins. He's gonna be looking to push the basement area. Wiz will open up onto Negative, which means the scope is down already for PulseCore. Nino does get himself a return frag onto Dins, as Martin will keep that advantage onto Vado. Hikes goes down now though from Blues. Nino in the ace there, and Blues is watching it. Hold up, 3 on 3, even Stevens. Tickle from the bomb. Gonna be looking to push something down, but look at Relax already over at Cappy's side. And does get a nice frag onto Nielsk. Nice and easy. Blues being tagged up meanwhile as well. This is looking to be like a PulseCore round, as Nino will just confirm that with a nice double kill onto Blues and Wizard. And
decimation from Nino on that A side. I mean, the way he shut down Dins was actually quite important at the beginning of the round, and I think that helped him out a lot with any movement towards that A side. It's very difficult to retake A once players have gotten into that SMG building. I mean, Blau tried as much as he could to hold that bottom A side, but it came to no avail. We do see the Blau has moved quite forward. None of them have actually moved into the melon site this round. I'm not sure if this was a tactical decision or if any of the nades were preventing them. 2 PulseCore players down, there's Hayeks and Nino. This Blau just waits out any movement on the watermelon side. We do see Martin peeking mid, again going for very long range shots with that AK. He must be very confident with his aim at LAN, going for shots like that.
He did pick off Wizard with his AK, remember, in like the first or second round. So, perhaps the new Frost or something?
True, but then again, you know, maybe Wizard just needed some time to warm up. I mean, we just saw him ringing off another frag there. We do see Dins taking out Martin. Negative is your last man standing. Scope in hand. Did some awesome stuff in the first few rounds, but unfortunately not so coming to the 9th round's end.
Finally, Granted seemed to be waking up with a whitewash. As I'm gonna pick it up with Nino. Or not. We're not gonna pick it up with Nino. We're gonna pick it up with Dins. Dins, the only man going towards A. We do have already a player over at A from PulseCore, as Dins will be waiting to receive him. Nino. Meanwhile, the bomb has been faked. He's just waiting it out. As Dins will pick him off. Very nice frag from Dins. Relax goes down as well to Blues. It is not looking good for PulseCore this time. Just lining up the nade towards back A. Hayeks being tagged up meanwhile though, and he does land the nade on Vado, which moves us to a 3 on 4. Hayeks spamming away, doesn't want anyone to prone towards his position. Martin with the bomb over at Melon. Gonna be looking to plant it soon. Still though, 40 seconds left. Wizard was looking for some peaks. Gonna be going for a different angle here as shots are being fired off left, right, and center, which is nothing connected here. And Wizard just missing that shot onto Martin. Negative now knows his position. Looking to scope in on him, but chooses to pick up the SMG first. And he's been down by Dins. Blues coming up big with a double frag onto Negative and Martin, and what a mop up from Granted.
I was about to say, PulseCore had everything in place towards the end, but they were just not able to finalize that round. I mean, as soon as Wizard rang off a few shots, I mean, Negative seemed very keen to go in for the frags, but unfortunately not able to line anything up, so nothing going in his favor towards the end. Nino once again pushing this A side. He's been very consistent being able to push this A side, able to get a few tags off and at least cause a little bit of distress from Granted over on the A side. We do actually see the bomb making its way towards there. Relax has made his way all the way behind the A building, taking out Wizard, who was trying to cover the bomb site. Dins and Nielsk, your last men standing for Granted. Dins peeking around the back, hearing his teammate getting tagged up. He'll want to go try and defend as much as he can, but at the same time, the other man down. He doesn't want to make silly decisions, if anything. Dins makes his way forward. Oh, lays a few rounds into an empty body, and all that's going to do is give away his position. That pre-nade was brilliant, though. Relax was not expecting that. There must have been a lot on Relax's mind that was going to happen coming around the corner, but I don't think catching a nade was one of them. Martin, your last man standing, is going up against an SMG and an AK. Doesn't have much to work with at the moment, as he still needs to get back for the bomb, and Granted know where the bomb is. Assumedly, Granted will not want to try and peek out from this position either. Martin trying to find any little pixel he can that might be of a body. Finds none. 25 seconds left on the clock. He needs at least 5 to plant the bomb, and a lot of hope to not get shot. Seems like he's checking all the corners, but as easily as that, Dins takes him out. Granted take the lead on defense, and I think that's quite a tipping point for Granted.
What a round by Dins, though. I mean, he did get a hat-trick, if I'm correct. Oh. Still, Dins on 14 frags. He's looking good, but we've got to pick it up with negative. He's scoping in on towards the alley, but he's smoked up, of course. As PulseCore are looking to get a round in. I mean, you don't want to go down 7-5 to defense, as Blues is pushing towards the lighthouse, picking up High-X. Gonna be dropped by Nino, though. Here's Relax trying to deagle down one in calf. Niels K, your man, as Fader will drop Relax for it. Don't touch my Niels K, says Fado, the old man from Lola Alliance. Probably one of the more experienced players in Granted, as Niels K getting himself a frag onto negative. Scope down now, and this is not looking too well for PulseCore, with just 2 players left up alive, Nino and Martin. Martin does shut down Wizard, and Martin again just picking up Wizard with his AK from long range. It's this man. He can't seem to get the frags on short range, but long range, no problem. I will kill you, the scope. As he does a tickle on the bomb, Nate coming out, but he will dodge it. As Dins will shut down Nino. So 3 more players for Martin. Not gonna happen, of course. Niels K with spam through the wall, getting himself a headshot. 7-5, and a good half from Granted. I mean, they were down and they just got it back. So. Very well played by them, and now they're on the attack. This could cause some problems for PulseCore.
Definitely so, I do agree. I mean, we just spoke about how, at the beginning of the match, we spoke about how important the scope is. Negative, coming up so for his team, top fragging. Only by points though, not by kills. And on the other hand, we see Wizard second from the bottom, and an SMG, the closest range weapon, taking full advantage. So it seems Din's been doing a bit of practice, knows exactly how to abuse this long range map with such an open street in the middle. Let's actually see what he's deciding to do now. It looks like Granted are going for quite a clear B push, B being the preferred bomb side. Bomb plant going down very early on. I don't think any nades are going to be in position, or any players are going to be in position to try and nade their bomb side. And it does go down. Relax peeks out, takes out Dins, gets himself a second onto Blau, and has making his way all the way up the street. Wants to try and clear out as much as he can on the defending team. Oh, lovely headshot onto Nielsk. He's got himself 3 frags so far, trying to go for the 4th. He's got an idea of where a player might be, and he's likely to be pushing himself forward. Takes out, Nino drops Wizard. Vator onto Relax. Vator, your last man standing, unable to get the deep, or unable to stop anything, and that will be PulseCore picking up the round. Brilliantly reclaimed.
That was Relax. If Relax didn't do it, then man. Negative though, having the balls to defuse it. As we do see him scoping in, but not having any luck, and I'll be looking towards the top corner, but there's no one there to receive his bullets. Opening frags as we have. We do see Blues now opening up to Relax, the danger man from the previous round, but look at Wizard with a double kill into negative and Martin, which is gonna leave PulseCore in a 2-on-5. High-X and Nino remain, and it will not happen. A whitewash, the 2 SMG combos. Dins and Blues are gonna absolutely rack through PulseCore. It's gonna make it 8-6. A 2-round advantage for Granted.
2-round advantage on the preferred side. I think Granted are feeling a bit comfortable here at the moment. What's nice to see though is Wizard was opening up a lot more on the attacking side. He was a lot more aggressive, got himself onto Melon, was going for nice open peaks. Admittedly, some of the people players was down, so he had a bit more freedom to work with, but it looks like he wasn't afraid to even expose himself by standing, you know, near the top of bus and so on. Negative taking up line, you know, watching this A site like a hawk, making sure that no one pushes his teammates from behind. Martin tasked with watching the bomb. When he plants, they go down. Neil's going to go and try and fake it again, trying to draw in their bomb. Just hides inside that bus, hoping it's going to give him some cover. If any player were to spot him, those very, very, very thin sheet metal walls will help him nothing. Few shots ringing out as Granted try and find any tag through a wall. Nino drops Dins as Dins pushes towards back A. This might be the trigger that Granted need to go for the bomb. As they lose another one, Veto trying to pick off. Oh, that is not a challenge you want to take up, Veto, and rightfully so. He falls back. He's actually got a play pushing up behind him, and I think he's not going to know about this. Oh wow, called out. Nino goes down, but it means that Veto is your last man standing against 3 P-Core players. 25 seconds left on the clock. It feels like a bit of deja vu, as Hina needs to try and go find the bomb. Going to find himself in the middle of the streets with 2 P-Core players left alive. Finds one, but he still has Hikes and Martin to find as he makes his way over to the bomb site, picks it up. Shots coming in from towards top A, only 5 seconds left. He has to plant now or try and get all the kills. Not going to be so. Hikes peeks out, takes him out, and P-Core keep it to a 1-round advantage.
Little comeback perhaps, but then still 16 frags. Looks good. As, you know, gonna be charging down the Melon. Already dodging the nades quite fast. Negative does open up onto Vado. And Nino gonna be causing some troubles, but no! Completely denied by Blues. Picking off Nino, Dins as well to relax. The SMGs from Granted just proved to be deadly this round once more. With his Wizard just firing off some shots towards the direction of the P-Core players, just hoping to get a lucky shot in, but that's not a lucky shot. That's a great shot onto Hix. And it's just Martin and Negative left up alive with the bomb being planted. And I don't think it's gonna happen, Menace. Yes, we do. Wow, Din's falling to his death. But Blues will be there to mop it all up. 9-7, still a 2-round advantage for Granted.
Bit of comedy there towards the end as Din's plummets to his death, but gonna need a bit more than that to finalize this game. They only need 4 more rounds to take it and secure themselves a win here in the group stages of the party. Wizard peeking out towards the street, lots of smoke preventing him getting anything. Nino takes out Dins, Blau responds for Granted, but Hikes once again getting himself a frag. Nino with a second one of the round as he takes, third one of the rounds, he takes out Vader as well. And he's trying to go for the 4th, but Neil's just preventing that. 1 versus 4. Not looking so good for Granted at the moment. He has got the bomb, he's about to go towards the middle of the street. These 1 versus 3 situations are very reminiscent of each other.
Yeah.
Going into the middle of the street with 3 P-Core players left alive. And will be shut down by Martin. 9-8. Again, P-Core just clawing back the round to keep it. It's only 1 round difference.
What are we going to see now? A Granted round? Or, I mean, it's been like this for a while. 9-8. Continue. Relax. Firing off those shots through the smoke. Do you see already a Granted player on A? There's Neil's K. Let's fire some shots through the smoke and look at Blues. The balls of steel here from Granted. As Wizard does shut down Martin. The opening frag for Granted. Do have Dinson A causing the havoc he wants to cause. Picking off Nino Vado as well to Negative. Scope down now, 2 on 5. And this will be a Granted round if Relax and Ajax cannot go big as of yet. Dins will get himself another frag to Relax. And Ajax now on the verge of having to go 1 versus 5. Din's being tagged up by jumping down. He wants this frag and he will get it. 10-8. And a 2-round advantage once more for Granted.
Dins is playing like an absolute beast this game. So wait, let me get this right. So Granted win run, and now P-Core are going to win one. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, basically, okay. If I cast Granted win, if you cast P-Core win.
And there we go. Negative starting off, taking out Blau. As Relax finds himself a frag onto the top frag for Granted. And I mean, this just makes prediction way too easy. We do see that Granted are going to be struggling to be able to make anything of this round as they've lost 4 players now. Relax taking out Vato. Niels is heavily tagged up. I can't even switch to him. Nino takes him out. I mean, if casting was this easy.
Yeah.
So wait, let me try and predict this round. Granted.
Yeah. If I cast, I mean, if you cast this one now, then Pico will take it. So go ahead.
Okay, cool. So alright, so this follow Dins. Let's see if he's able to make anything this round. Let's see if the myth stays true. I'm gonna see a nade going towards back A from Dins. Seems as not too aggressive. Takes out Nino. Hix responds with the nade onto Nielsko of his own. Negative seems to have found himself a counterpart scope. Oh, so nearly finds that frag. Gonna try for your wallbang, see if anything connects through there on that bomb site. Doesn't seem so. Hix watching the top of the street. Dins with a lovely headshot onto Relax. And another one onto Martin. Negative responds with a nade onto Blau. And now Hix is kind of just watching the after effects of all these situations unfolding in front of him. 2-1-2 as the bomb attempts to go down. Bomb has been planted. Dins takes out Hix. Dins having an absolutely stellar round once again, as he comes up big for his team on this A side. If Negative is able to take out Wizard though, I think it's, oh gosh. Negative takes out Dins. Smoke going out. Although Wizard has got a pretty good and safe spot on this bomb side. It's going to be very difficult for Negative to be able to try and sneakily defuse this one. 17 seconds left. He needs 7 of those to defuse. And, oh, is he going to try his luck? He's heard. That's a nade. Is it going to land? Is it going to nade? Ah, it does connect. Nice little nade. It's actually really good that he's kept this nade towards the end of the round. And a little bit of assurance that he doesn't actually need to risk peeking out. He can just line up a nade, throw it, and not worry. He knows it's going to connect.
So the myth is broken.
The myth is broken. I still thought it went 1-1.
Yeah.
I think the myth was going 1-1.
Yeah. Still though, 25 frags for Dins. Is he not going for an A push this time? No, he's not. Actually, Blues is going to come up with a fast plant on B, and they are so deadly. This time, Relax not in a position to get himself that hat trick he did before. As no opening frags as yet, and the bomb already being planted. Dins just waiting it out, just waiting out at the door as Vado does open up onto Negative. Scope down, Hix though, getting himself a return frag onto Niels K, and back and forwards. Still though, Granted are now in the advantage with Dins shutting down Martin. And it's just Relax and Nino left up live. Relax goes down as well. All onto Nino, and a nice shot from Dins. And that's a hat trick from Dins. And we're on match point menace. It is 12-9. So
it looks like Granted have broken out of the rut that they were in of exchanging one round for one round. Nino making his way quick into that bomb site, although he'd been spotted the last couple of rounds. So if he's been spotted again, although as much as I agree with his aggressiveness, yeah, I think he's abused that one a bit too much. And Granted are way too vigilant to allow him to just so easily push onto that watermelon area. Eagle out for Relax, lands a few shots onto Blau. Unable to take out Dins, and that is a pivotal frag. Because Dins in this A side is going to be causing so much havoc. Oh, no, gets taken out by Martin. Bomb's gone down though, only 2 P-Core players left. And this is going to be difficult for them to reclaim. We see Negative making his way up onto the bomb side. If he tries to defuse it, nope, taken out from behind. Martin's your last man standing for P-Core. And he's going to be taken out by Nielsk. And that's going to be 13-9 in favor of Granted.
Granted.
Yeah, quite well done, I believe.
Dins, 30 frags.
30 frags.
No, it's 29 actually.
29.
You didn't get it.
Nearly there.
Didn't get it. MVP.
But it's still a superb game from Granted. MVP. I think it's without a doubt anyone who can play an SMG so well on Crossfire is highly deserving of the title for that one for me. Yeah. Unless you have anything else to say.
No, definitely Dins. I mean. I mean, for some rounds, I would say Relax as well. You know, that bomb retake from Relax was insane.
Yeah.
Was insane.
A lot of good individual performance as well from these players. Yeah. Group stages, only the second match, so I think it's signs of good things to come for the rest of the games.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
So yeah, so guys, until next time, we will be updating you guys, of course, as we go along. Stay tuned to Granted TV _1 for any updates, or you guys can check us out on Granted TV Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. I'm @Menace, and we have. Do you have Twitter?
I have Twitter.
Okay, cool.
It's
or Facebook, sorry, Facebook. Yeah, you can also do. Guys can check me out, Menace, on Facebook.
CoD4.
CoD4 on Facebook as well, and we'll be updating anything we can on there. Otherwise, guys, until the next match.